Welcome to Daily News Digest, your go-to source for the latest headlines, breaking stories, and everything you need to stay informed. We break down the biggest stories of the day, fast, clear, and to the point, so you're always in the know. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Let's dive into today's top stories.
Hello there, America. Tonight we have a story that will leave you both shocked and bewildered. We're diving into a tale that stinks worse than a landfill after a rainstorm. An unbelievable saga of financial mismanagement and environmental oversight. The Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, has somehow misplaced a staggering $20 billion. Yes, you heard that right, $20 billion. That's billion with a B, folks. It's a sum so large it's almost unfathomable. Apparently someone forgot to check under the couch cushions for spare change. But jokes aside, this is a serious issue. Leading the charge on this environmental whodunit is none other than EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin. Zeldin, known for his no-nonsense approach, is determined to get to the bottom of this. He seems to be taking this whole protecting the environment thing pretty seriously, which is both refreshing and slightly terrifying given the state of things. The state of our environment is already precarious, and this financial blunder only adds to the urgency of the situation. Zeldin recently dropped a bombshell announcement revealing that his agency had somehow, inexplicably, parked $20 billion of taxpayer money into some random financial institution. This revelation has sent shockwaves through both the environmental and financial communities. Citizens are demanding answers, and social media is ablaze with theories and outrage. How could such a colossal mistake happen? And more importantly, what will be done to rectify it? Zeldin has promised a thorough investigation and has vowed to hold those responsible accountable. The coming weeks will be crucial as the EPA works to regain public trust and ensure that such a blunder never happens again. Stay tuned as we continue to follow this developing story. Let's hope that this shocking discovery leads to positive changes and a renewed commitment to protecting our environment. $20 billion. Let that sink in for a moment. That's enough money to buy every single person in America a year's supply of reusable water bottles. It's enough to fund the National Park Service for over a decade. It's also, sadly, enough to make one question the financial competence of the United States government. This misplaced $20 billion wasn't just sitting in some dusty account somewhere. It was money specifically allocated for environmental protection projects during the previous administration. That's right, folks. While we were all distracted by, well, everything, the government was busy squirreling away billions meant to combat climate change and protect our natural resources. Now, you might be wondering, how in the world does $20 billion just disappear? Well, it turns out it wasn't exactly disappeared. It was more like it was taken on a very long, very expensive, and very unauthorized vacation. Instead of using the money for its intended purpose, the previous administration decided to get a little creative with their accounting. They transferred the $20 billion to an external financial institution. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with investing government funds. But the sheer size of this transfer, combined with the lack of transparency surrounding the decision, has raised more than a few eyebrows. Section 4. Demanding answers and accountability. Zeldin, to his credit, seems just as baffled by this whole situation as the rest of us. The sheer scale of the issue has left many scratching their heads, wondering how such a colossal oversight could have occurred in the first place. He's launched a full-scale investigation into how this happened and who, if anyone, is responsible. This investigation is not just a formality, it's a deep dive into the intricate web of bureaucratic processes and financial transactions that led to this debacle. He's also demanding the immediate return of the $20 billion to the EPA where it rightfully belongs. This demand is not just about the money, it's about restoring trust in our institutions and ensuring that public funds are used for their intended purposes. Look, we're not saying that anyone at the EPA is skimming money off the top, though let's be honest, stranger things have happened. The real issue here is the apparent lack of stringent checks and balances that should prevent such situations from arising. But it's clear that there's a serious lack of oversight and accountability when it comes to how our tax dollars are being spent. This isn't just a minor hiccup, it's a glaring flaw in the system that needs immediate attention and rectification. And that's a problem, regardless of your political affiliation. Whether you're a conservative, liberal, or somewhere in between, we all have a vested interest in ensuring that our government operates transparently and efficiently. It's about holding those in power accountable and demanding better for our future. Section 5. Restoring trust, $1 at a time. Zeldin has vowed to get to the bottom of this financial fiasco, which has shaken the very foundations of public trust in the Environmental Protection Agency. He has committed to a thorough investigation and has promised to ensure that such a debacle never happens again. To achieve this, he's called for a complete overhaul of the EPA's financial practices, with a strong emphasis on transparency and accountability. Zeldin believes that by making the financial operations of the EPA more transparent, the public can regain confidence in the agency's ability to manage resources effectively. He also plans to refer the matter to the EPA's Inspector General and the Department of Justice, just to be safe. This move is intended to ensure that any potential legal violations are thoroughly investigated and addressed. This whole debacle is a stark reminder that even in a country as wealthy as ours, resources are finite. And when it comes to protecting our environment, we can't afford to waste a single penny. Every dollar counts in the fight against climate change and environmental degradation. The mismanagement of $20 billion is not just a financial issue, it's a moral one. It represents a failure to protect the natural world that sustains us all. Let's hope Zeldin can clean up this mess and restore some much-needed trust in the EPA. The road to recovery will be long, but with determined leadership and a commitment to integrity, it's a journey worth undertaking.
That's it for today's top stories. Stay informed, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next update. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a headline. For more updates, follow us on your social media handles.